The first college in the world is generally agreed to be the University of Carawin, founded by a North African woman, Fatima al-Fihri, in 859 AD in Fez, Morocco. It is considered the world's first university and is actually in operation today under the name of the University of Al-Qarawin. In 2022, we have over 25,000 universities from all around the world. The global population of university graduates is expected to nearly double over this decade, and next to reach 300 million by 2030. In the time being, individuals seek degrees to be respected and get a job. However, majority of the world's billionaires such as Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg and Ralph Lauren have no college degree. In this case, should we prioritize college education for long-term success? In today's episode, we will discuss whether or not college education is important. Two groups of 6 people involving teachers and students from different universities in Qatar will be having a debate accordingly.
Hi everyone, my name is Ali. I'm a first year student at the University of Calgary. I'm majoring in surgical nursing and today I'll be speaking against college education.
Hello, I'm Steve Pearce. I'm a senior lecturer at the University of Aberdeen. I teach business strategy and digital business. And I joined the university after a very long career in business management where I have been recruiting graduates and I'm speaking in favour of a college education.
Hi, my name is Asid. I study business management at the University of Aberdeen and today I'll be speaking in the stance against the importance of college education.
Hey everyone, I am Hamas Siddiqui, a researcher from Qatar University, and I'll be advocating for the topic college education in 2022.
Hello, my name is Ahmed. I'm part-time student at Alistair University and today I'll be speaking against college education.
Hi, I'm Hamna. I am a practicing psychologist and a freelance lecturer in the same field, and I will be talking in favor of college education.
The topic for today's debate is college education important in 2022?
Yes, I'd just like to say I've spent 30 years recruiting graduates, paying them lots of money, and they've been travelling around the world for 5 or 10 years, and a college education has given them those sorts of opportunities. Amazing.
Why do you think so? Like, why do you believe within a college or they're having a college degree has given them the skills for them to be able to travel around the world?
Yes,
what made you want to hire them?
Yes, they aspire to go around the world. Most young people want to travel. They want to see other cultures and other areas, and the graduate skills give them the opportunity to interact with others. They give them the opportunity to get good income, to be able to travel, and they give them really good skills in problem solving and working with different cultures.
So you did say and you did speak about how they want to travel the world and go to all these places, experience different cultures and that. But I don't really see the link to education there. Don't you think, it's maybe a personal trait to have a person want to experience different things in the world. I don't really see an educational link and an educational base in that.
That's a sort of point, but of course what we've got is a global economy. So it's not only about travel, it's about global opportunities and careers. And lots of young people want to work in different countries, in different businesses, and in different environments. And from my experience of recruiting graduates and placing them in jobs around the world, in New York, in Africa. It's a great opportunity, and those people just seem to want to go to those locations.
But as far as we all know,
Yeah, I
you
don't
know,
think we're disputing the fact of if it's a good opportunity or not. I think we're discussing in the terms of when you're recruiting those graduates, what they both fundamentally, if we take the situation that there's somebody who hasn't completed a college degree or a bachelor and somebody who has, they both could both mutually have an interest in traveling and wanting to see the
Oh,
global
I would like to
economy.
answer that. See, when Dr. Steve told about recruiting graduate students, there is a mindset when somebody has gone through the graduate school, we know that he has good interpersonal skills, we know that he has good reporting skills, good writing skills, and he has already lived through that multicultural environment. So if we pick up a student from the Gulf countries who has done his bachelor's and master's in the Gulf states, and then he has moved out to New York, he won't find it so much of a difference in the working environment and turning to adapt into new cultures and being with new people, because he will be accustomed to it. But whereas people who do the online education, they usually lack that connect with the people, that physical connect with any stranger, that communication skill to strike a conversation or to be comfortable in a third world country. For them it will be a third world country because, let's for example, they're moving from Gulf to the West, or from the West to the Gulf. So this is what we mean, what Dr. Steve meant, and what we mean, that when we take students from a graduate studies background or who have gone through the college degree, it assures us that they have gone through all these things in order to attain their master's degree.
But when you recruit these people, don't you think that you should have an interviewing process that fundamentally shows those skills? I don't believe that a college graduate necessarily has that guarantee. There are actually very large amount of people who have been college graduates and are very, very little to no social interaction skills. It's not a guarantee. And even if that is the case and that's what you're looking for, don't you think through that interviewing process you should give opportunity to people who do not have graduate certificates or bachelor degrees or masters to demonstrate those connection skills for you? There are interview processes for that as well.
Yeah, but if we just talk about social interaction, right? So it's just a trait that an individual can have. It really depends on the individual whether they want to be expressive or they don't want to be expressive. The thing is that when they're coming into this field, they have already been through all that. They have already experienced those things. They are there for a reason. They know what they are going to, and that's actually the point. They need to have that curiosity and passion to go forward, right?
I mean, with all due respect, you guys just literally contradicted each other. I really
How do you think so?
Because this is where experience in life in general comes into play.
Exactly.
And as my colleague has said, you don't need a college degree to admit that you have these traits. Because my college degree is not going to say that, I'm socially active or I'm
Exactly.
socially inactive.
It says
or
you've
I have-
completed the course.
Exactly. So I don't need a college degree for that. I just need experience. I need interactions with people.
As you said that your graduate degree does not guarantee what kinds of social person you are, but in other terms, how will you explain somebody doing self-education in the field of medical or in the field of robotic sciences versus a guy who is professionally trained undergraduates and the people from that same field who have been in that field past 30 years? So when you say when in social terms, your point I accept it, but the problem is most of the field in today's world, education-wise, in different STEM, in all the STEM majors, whether be it engineering or be it aeronautical engineering or be it medical science field or be it ophthalmology or be it medicine field, you can't self-train. You cannot just self-train. You need somebody to guide you, to hone you, to nourish you, and to show you a pathway.
But that's what I mean. Oh, do you want to say something?
Yeah.
So in that terms, being socially available and not socially available is not related to degree, but degree is related to your other aspects also. You cannot go and work in a medical environment or an engineering environment and be yourself.
I'm sorry, if I may just add one
please.
point.
Yeah.
Just one point and then
Do you know, since you mentioned aeronautics and all that, do you know how some airlines, like let's say Qatar Airways, do you know how they hire their people? Are you familiar with that? Just a yes or no question.
No.
No, you're not. Okay, so I have a friend, he's a very good friend of mine. He has never been to university. He's 27 years old, and he is currently about to be hired by Qatar Airways for doing one thing only: flying trip planes, normal planes in his home country, without being to university. His father is a pilot, and he has been around his father all his life, and he saw how he powers the plane, and that's where he learned. He has absolutely no college degree, and all he has just flight hours, and that's it. And he's actually about to be admitted in the best airline in the world.
If you could correct me on one point, do pilots need a degree? I don't think so. They need any degree. Most of them go into an official pilot training course.
Well, you did just claim that when you gave the examples, didn't you?
That's what I was going to speak on.
Engineering and aeronautical science related to NASA and the mechanics and the dynamics of the flight, you need an official degree for it. You need some training for it. Flying a plane is a different thing than handling the maintenance and the whole plane structure itself and your whole international flight industry. Flying a plane,
depth into that career. You need to see.
The flying part, you officially don't need degree. It's same as driving a car. You don't get a degree for it.
What you do need is a lot of money to become a pilot, because you have to pay for all the training. And so actually a college degree costs less than actually the pilot qualifications.
Okay, I want to respond to this point.
Okay.
Because at what cost you getting the degree? Exactly. This is the point you open the topic with. At what cost you get the degree? In some countries, you pay, give and take, 100,000 USD.
And on top of that, you may as well just sell your liver and your kidneys, and you're still not going to be able to pay.
And you're not guaranteed the job. You paid 100,000 for your college degree, but you're not guaranteed the job after you get the degree. It's not guaranteed.
For every student I have taught, 99% of them have got a guaranteed job, and the employers have come and collected them from the university in year 2. Because we're teaching economics and accounting and finance, they go straight into jobs. So if you pick the right career, you will get a very, very good salary very quickly. And
I think that's a very good point, to pick the right career. Because a lot of times when we're getting into that field, there are a lot of people, a lot of individuals who are confused, who do not know where to go. And midway, they feel that, okay, we're not, for this door. And then they look for another thing.
So going back into fields and work jobs and all that, specifically, when you say that, when you speak about fields, what do you mean? Like exactly? If you can specify a specific field or a specific job.
I think that's what universities give you the opportunity to do. You study a degree and you reflect, you have time to reflect on your career, on the material and knowledge and experience you've learned during this time there, and you get to understand what you like, what you enjoy, and often you make the right career choices, so it gives you reflection time.
I would like to add on Dr. Stephen's point. See, in college, majority of the time it has seen that students who come into the college, most of them, around 30 to 40% what I have seen in QU, that they change their major. But according to statistics of any online teaching platform you pick up, when you do an online education or you self-learn, you don't know what the other subjects are about or what are they teaching about. So you really don't know what the other fields are. But in university, you have the opportunity that you come in the first year, they give you a brief about all these topics, and then you slightly come towards your subject. And most of the time it happens that students find through their friends and through the student club organizations and through the clubs in the university what the other departments are about. And mid-time, they get an option to change their major and still not waste the time that they started the college degree with. People can easily change into different majors in second year. This is one of the opportunities that college degree gives you. When you are in a college, you have an environment, you have people around you, you have your friends, you have your peers, you have your professors. You know what, if you don't like your field, as my colleague mentioned before, if you don't feel like figuring that subject out, you can diversify in other fields.
See, that is completely fine. Why? Because that's how we develop. We learn with experience. We go into something, we learn, we see that, okay, if this door is meant for me or not.
But I believe, like, in this day and age now, on your topic of, for example, one of the, I'm going to say is a positive of having a college career is the fact that you could get the option to change course. And I believe I would agree with that point if it was centuries ago. But now, because we're blessed with the the idea of technology and the
Yeah.
accessibility of information we have now, it's way, way more easier to delve into careers or fields that you haven't delved into before. We've seen multiple cases of people, my mother being one example, who pursued a certain career and decided that it wasn't for her after doing a whole bachelor degree on it. And because of being able to delve into different courses or be able to find different interests online, she was able to, over time, accumulate enough experience to do and pursue her new career. So, do I believe that that is a positive of the college system? Yes, but it's worth the cost of it? No.
Absolutely.
Well, one
not.
of the things this does for you, a degree, it gets you a level of critical thinking, analysis, it gets you the ability to innovate and be creative, and to think around different problems. And actually that's what employers want. If you look at the list of knowledge and experience that employers are asking for, it's critical thinking, it's analytical thinking, it's the ability to deal with modern technology and use modern technology. And that's most subjects at degree level are delivering those sorts of experience.
In some cases, but if you keep jumping from one position to another like Bugs Bunny, you're not getting nowhere.
And let me add into this point, it costs
answer
time
that.
beside money. It do cost time. You can get the same level of knowledge and education from chartered organization. You don't have to go to the university. There's so many chartered organizations around the world where you can get what you want. You want to get that knowledge, you can get it from the chartered organization, laser focus on it with little time, and you can get all the knowledge you want. You don't need to spend
And I
4
think
to
that was
6
the whole
years.
point, as you said, that you can, get what you want. So that's the whole point. The individual decides. The individual makes that decision.
But I just
what
don't
they
think
want,
it's
basically.
not like a logical decision.
I will
to
add
take.
on that. I'll clarify all the 3 points in the same time.
Okay.
See, there is a working environment and you go there to work. Everybody has gone through working from home and it did not work out for anybody. And similarly, a college, a university gives an environment of study, gives you the mental motivation, mental readiness to study, to get in knowledge. We all can accept that how much time we have wasted in any online meeting or any online lecture. According to, there was an article published in Towards Data Science journal that collected data from various Udemy, Khan Academy, and all this Coursera, all these online education platforms, and they showed that it's an alarming number. 6 out of every 100 enrolled in a program finish it within 6 months. If the duration of the program was 2 months, people out of 100, only 6 people finish it.
But you have to encounter
And
the fact that
in 21st century, it is a accepted standard that the attention span of a human being,
has become less. Yeah.
yes, exactly. So, but attention span is usually having a problem when you're sitting yourself and doing everything yourself in front of a screen. You're not in an environment, there are no colleagues around you, there are no students around you, there is no teacher owning you. So you lose the attention span much quicker. But when you are in a class setting, there's an interaction going on. It won't become boring to a point that you lose.
You can
and
have
then
that motivating force around you.
Or you
I
can,
don't believe
psychological
that.
factor.
Yeah, I
That's
don't.
a psychological factor. and
but
it
it's
has
absolutely
nothing-
right.
But I
It
don't.
has
I
absolutely
don't
nothing.
believe
That feel you will
I
not
think
get in
the
your home.
reason- I think the reason that actually that people are, your point is, in my personal opinion, invalid, is because I feel like online courses have less. The person feels less accountability than a college degree because they pay so much and around so many people that are pursuing this degree and put so much time and effort, have put so much of their resources of themselves into this degree, they have to. That's why you see a lot of people and a lot of students who are extremely stressed and extremely suffering a lot of different mental illnesses because of the college system and how it is structured. But when you get someone who takes a course, for example, or self-taught resources, you don't have the same thing.
I would like you to add your point, then I'll answer.
Yes, but my point is in the financial sector.
Fine.
When the economies go down, they don't look for your degrees. They want you to get your hands dirty and do whatever low job available in that country, in that economy, in that circumstance. So the employer won't look at your degree. Once the economy go down, it will be like waste of your own money. It depends on the.
Okay.
This is the
I,
fact.
I must challenge you there, really, because having been an employer, it was the degree I was looking at, and then the team working, the leadership abilities, the critical thinking, the social interaction. And when things are difficult, you need someone who can handle very difficult problems, whether they're technology
Exactly.
or economic or social.
But that
And we
in my
haven't talked
yeah.
about the social impact. Our degrees are there to help people manage the social challenges of the world and the sustainability goals that have been set by the United Nations. And you can only do that if you use technology, you use the innovation, you think about the social impact of those things. And so degrees give you a much wider philosophy
But all
on
the things
the approach.
you've listed do not need to be bought. That's my
And
point.
on top of that,
These are things
what
you can
you're,
get.
what you're
Bringing money from a
claiming
long
is
time, we'll
that
answer
we
that.
are moving forward into the future and we're developing, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
correct.
All
yeah.
right. So just another quick question.
We're developing the social infrastructure. We're developing cultural change. We're encouraging the development and education and learning of young people, and that's what degrees do. We need teachers. We need lecturers. We need economists. We need financial people, and often the degree is the entry criteria for a lot
So
of
have you guys seen
organizations.
the movie Interstellar? Yes or no?
I don't
Have
think
you?
so.
No, I
So
haven't
in the
seen that.
movie Interstellar, the world is basically coming to an end,
Oh,
right?
Okay.
And then astronauts they basically lost their jobs.
My point exactly.
They lost their jobs because the world is coming to an end. The atmosphere is messed up. Okay, cornfields, nothing is growing. No beans, no nothing.
So what is the
right?
point you're bringing up?
So they need farmers. They need people with experience. They need
My
people how
point,
to
yeah.
do stuff. They don't need no goddamn game designers and web bases
When-
and all that.
I'll come to you. Let me just add on Dr. Stevens' point to answer that stress point of her and your economic point that you raised.
Yes.
The world economic crisis started in 2006, peaked in 2008, bounced back in 2010. Again, the economic crisis started in 19, peaked in 2021, and again it's bounced back in 2022. So when you're saying that everybody wants to look that you get low-paying jobs and get your hands dirty and get your work done, it is only for a certain number of years. Post that, the market has always gone up.
Yes.
You see the market from 1970s till 2022. Each dip is having an exponential growth. Even if you talk about the blockchain market, or you talk about the stocks market, or you talk about the oil market, literally when I took my chemical engineering degree, oil was at a peak of $100 a barrel. I got my chemical engineering degree, oil went zero. And it's again back to $100. So the point of economics, whenever economic shift happens or trend goes down, it is only for a small instant of time. And to add on that, if you have not learned stress management, if you have not been pressurized by your professors, if you have not completed, you have delivered on deadlines of projects, assignments, and in the we have in universities that you have deadlines in the morning for assignments and you have exams in the evening and you have assignments due next day. Trust me, if you have not gone through that, then you want to do that narrow jobs when the economic fall down happens. But if you're trained for the stress that the college gives you to train, it is a hooning environment. So when you get hooned,
you call that
let me complete.
you call that training?
But that's
It helps you. It
That's
helps.
stress you can get with experience. You do not need to buy that stress.
It has
That's
often
my
seen,
point.
as Dr. Willakam here, he has been recruiting, and now I have seen, now I am at a point that we hire students and we see students working. So we can clearly see the difference between the students that are currently in 3rd and 4th year who did not see the nightmare of online education, and we see the 1st year, 2nd students who are the online education breed. It's a clear black and white difference for us. People who have been in the university and gone through this submission deadlines, doing 10 projects, and handling all their personal club work, their social clubs, their ethnic clubs, and their debate clubs, and their NGOs, because that's what help. The university gives you that thing. So if you're not prepared for the stress and the other things that you get pressurized on, you have to meet so many 10 different things, you will not be ready for the real world.
But you're
So
not,
again-
the question isn't if online or in person is more effective. My point
Education.
being, my point is you're looking at one specific alternative of a college degree, and even that alternative is like the college itself, except online. I'm talking about different alternatives that shape or fit that person specifically and what they want in their career. So an apprenticeship, for example, or pursuing a resource-based one, so the courses, for example. There are a ton of different
According to many incubation centers and the data from all the things, the many major universities in US and the UK, majority of the apprenticeship programs are only offered through the universities. Only 20% are offered to the people who come from high school or online education background. Majority of the recruiters want you to have a certain bit of knowledge before they allow you in their campus. I think so Dr. Stephen will add on this.
Okay, but that,
In apprenticeship programs, this is
you can
is
go
not
straight.
true.
I have many colleagues of my own that have went straight out of a high school degree and straight into an apprenticeship. It really depends. I'm not gonna completely disagree with what you're saying because I don't know enough about it. But I will say that it's not a generalized term or specific that you're talking about, because there is specific. It really depends on the career or the degree or what you want to pursue.
Yeah, I think you've got to look
Like
at
you
the
to add something?
investment and the long term. So people that go into vocational roles, yes, they
Yeah.
fit that role, but then they're in that vocational role for a very long time. Where if you've got a degree, you've got the option to move employers, you develop further, you've got the option to specialize in very different things. There is a huge demand for data analysts at the moment and computer scientists. There's a huge demand for machine learning technicians, and all of those require a degree, a science degree.
So I believe we are coming to the same point as we begin, that choosing what to do, whether we are whether we are choosing something that requires extensive coursework, extensive knowledge, extensive mentorship, or it's something that you just need to develop with, you just need a training on. It's all about what you actually need to do, and that's how you will learn with your experience, right?
I think you can get all that knowledge from chartered organization in very short period of time, and also you don't need to spend all that much of money to get that degree. You can get the same result from chartered organization in a fraction of the price.
Same results?
Almost, yes, because it's a chartered organization.
But the thing that the chartered organization they're missing on, in college you will have networks, and network is the number one thing that will pay off. Let me complete. 10 years down the line, the people who studied with you in the university and colleges will be in 10 different or 50 different offices. You will have the network in various the friendships you develop in a college
are different. I
are
believe
different
that.
than the friendships you develop in an office working environment. But the number one point on network, I wanted to bring this point earlier, but I couldn't.
Listen to this, yeah?
The networks you develop in your college, 10 years down the line, you can just look at your parents and see they have friends in this place, they have friends in that place. How? Majority of them come back
from life.
You can get this from life, and you can get it from online.
Both my parents did not make it out of high school. My dad's highest level of education is 5th grade, and he's in a business company covering. He's the manager, right?
Yeah, but if he's the manager, he would have a team of people working with him.
Who are college grads?
They will be coming from a background, isn't it?
We have come to a conclusion. Thank you. Has your opinion changed after this debate?
Meh. Kind of. I wouldn't say much, but I was definitely open-minded in the situation.
Not a lot, although the vocational qualifications are a good stepping stone to a university degree. So what I want people still to do is to do the vocational qualifications and then still consider a university degree, because this takes them to a much higher level.
Absolutely not. They were contradicting themselves. Their points were not clear. Therefore, they literally proved our own points. So I guess they were on our team.
Well, my opinion has not changed, but I believe I felt that students were kind of accepting our ideas, and inshallah they will learn more as they go further in life, that what we told with experience is actually true and how the world operates. Thank you.
Today I'll be speaking against the importance of college education. I don't know what's wrong with me. This is the third time, man. Can you relax?
Oh, you want to come and sit here?
Chair? You want to sit with us?
Relax.
Be
That was too
careful.
close.
Hey, yo.
Trying to kill us.
He's with us, I think.